guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. So today's video, we're doing a Temu coloring book haul. Now, I know what you're saying. Crystal, Temu has coloring books now? Yes. So I am a Temu affiliate, and some of these I did use my affiliate money. 2 of them I actually purchased myself through the regular channels of the website. So if you've never tried Temu before and you want to download the app, you can use my new user code and get 30% off your first purchase. So I will leave all that info down below in the description box. And what I thought we would do today is go through these few coloring books. I was trying to pick out different price points, different sellers. Temu is not an actual store. It's a marketplace. So there are lots of different sellers on Temu. Some of them maybe not the best. Some of them are great. I personally have always had a really good experience purchasing stuff. I usually just purchase a lot of art supplies, as you guys know. So those have always been pretty good for the money and everything. I've only ever really had one bad experience with something I bought from Temu, and it was because I think the seller had used a picture of something that wasn't the item that I got. So a really easy process. They are very good with returns. I really had no intentions of personally picking up these coloring books. Just by looking at them, I could tell that they are AI generated. I do very much so support real artists. I do feel that's really important for us to support real artists, but I also understand some people do like to color AI images. Some people, maybe they don't even know they're coloring AI images. There's a whole sea of black and white and gray to this whole issue. There's really no need to bully people who do like to color AI images. We are not all into coloring for the same reasons. We all have different stories to why we color. Maybe you just like the pictures are pretty and you want to color them. I totally get it. Me personally, I just wish there was more restrictions in the way that they are being sold and advertised to everyone. I really think they need to be labeled as AI images so the consumer knows and they can make their own decision on whether they want to make the purchase or not. So that is really my stance on the whole situation, but I'm doing this kind of more so as kind of a public service announcement. And I thought we would take a look at each one from each seller. I would go through the listing and see if the listing actually matches what we get, how the paper is. I took these all out of the packaging already, and I could already tell that they are very flimsy for the most part for all of these. I did get a couple with spiral bindings. That looks promising. But let's take them all one by one and see what the listing says for them and check everything out. We'll do a little flip through of each one. And so this might be a little bit of a long video. I have 6 books, and I'm probably going to start talking in the middle and get sidetracked, but I'm going to try not to. But this one is called Beauty. There's no sort of publisher or any kind of information. This is kind of looks like somebody just photocopied this and stapled it together. Well, not stapled together, but glued it together and said, here you go, here's a coloring book. But this is the plastic that this one came in. It has the company info, I guess, that made it. And this one is called Beauty. This says in the description, this was $5.18. Well, that's the price it is now. It might have been a little bit different when I initially purchased it. I initially purchased these a few weeks ago, so the prices might have changed. So this coloring book says a one-piece, beautiful themed coloring book, perfect for holidays, birthday parties and gifts, school supplies, back to school, libretas. I think that might mean, I think that's Spanish for notebooks, maybe. Notebooks for school, aesthetic school supplies, original, upgraded version. All right, now we're getting to the actual real description. It says original. I don't know what's original about it, but it says original, upgraded version from what? I don't know. 40 pictures. So these are double-sided images. Thickened paper. Now this is what kind of got me in these descriptions. A lot of these descriptions say thickened paper. So I don't really know. Thickened in comparison to what? Maybe they had a even worse version than this one, an even thinner paper version. But this paper is very thin. It's not thick at all. And definitely AI generated images. This one has a little bit of a paper blemish here. You can see it. I don't know if someone in whoever published these or printed these out actually produced these AI images themselves, or maybe they're stolen from somebody else's AI coloring book. I don't know. But see over here, there's smudges, so that's not so great, because you can't actually copyright AI images, which is pretty interesting. Who's to stop anyone from just reprinting anyone's AI coloring book that they put out, because you can't copyright the images. So that is a little bit of a gray area there. Yeah, these look like they were maybe badly photocopied. You can see this one has, or printed, or they had a problem with the printer. There's all these little black ink lines across her face. Some pirates. These people in the back, there's all white splotches on them. I'm filming this in my living room, so you might hear a lot of outside noises. I'm right next to the window. But yeah, this one, another really bad photocopy. It looks like the images are pretty. They do look like ones I've seen before, either just because they're AI, or all of these start looking this kind of the same to me. I always see lots of social media posts with AI, and these look a lot like that. Like this. Is this supposed to be flowers, or is that ink spots? I don't know. But I think you guys get the idea. This one, not printed well. Definitely not. So if you ever see this one, I wouldn't recommend this one. Beauty, $5.18, and it's about the size of my hand. They do give you the measurements in here. The measurements are 7.9 inches by 7.9 inches square. So that is a small one. So definitely make sure you read the descriptions for these guys. It's not great, but it is exactly how it's described in the description. It's 40 pictures, 20 pages, thickened paper. That's, maybe I would have an issue with that. All right, that one was pretty disappointing. Let's see if we can take a look at, this one seems like it might be a little bit better. I don't want to have all the disappointing ones all at once. So this one, I picked this one up. This is one I actually purchased myself. This one says it's $11.98. I think I might have gotten a little bit cheaper. I think I paid maybe $10, $10.99 maybe for it. So $11, and I picked this one up because it says it said it was a hardcover version, which where's the hardcover? This looks like maybe like a thick piece of cardstock maybe. It is nice that it has the spiral binding on the top, but I wouldn't call this hardcover. So this one says Fashion Character Series, Creative Coloring Book, Adult Coloring Book, Gift Selection, Party Gift, Christmas Gift, Single-Sided Printing. So that's good. At least they're single-sided, so you can use markers. Hardcover version. Quick drying without penetration. So this seller is VYKE, and they have 5-star ratings, and they've sold 37 items so far. It says it's 8.26 inches by 11.22 inches. So That is kind of like an A4 size. It is already a lot nicer than the first one. It has some perforated pages. This paper is actually nice. All right. Things are looking up for us, guys. This is thick. This is actually thick paper. So, do you like these images better? I decided to get like a lot of fashion ones just because I thought I would actually maybe color those as opposed to those other kind of crazy looking AI ones where they have all the swirls going on in the background, a lot of crazy stuff. So this one's actually, I think I do actually like this one. I would color in this one. So we'll put this in the recommended pile. I think you could even, markers would be good for this. So this one was actually a pretty good deal. Worth $11? Yeah, I think so. $10, $11. I would buy this for $10, $11. I actually did buy this one for $10, $11. This is one that I actually purchased myself. Would I call this hardcover? No. I would probably take that out of the listing. When you say hardcover, that's not what I would be expecting, but pretty good. Let's take a look at this one. This was another one that I actually purchased. This one, I wasn't quite sure what to expect with this one because it says one piece adult stress relief coloring book, spiral bound for relaxing anxiety, 8.3 by 11.2-inch Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, other holiday party gifts, original brand new thicker edition, 30 pages. So that, again, with that thicker edition. What I was kind of not sure about, because it does show that it's spiral bound here in the listing, but then it shows here without the spiral binding, so I was kind of like a little not sure if it was really going to be having the spiral binding. And then it has this coloring book description that says, take a little break from stress and creativity by using small bottles and imagining the world inside them to create. So that's the description for a totally different book. So I was a little bit afraid of this one being accurate, but it is accurate. And I think this one also said that it has, was it this one that said it had 100 GSM paper? Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't this one. I know one of them said it had 100 GSM paper, but this one is actually sold out. I think this one was pretty inexpensive. I think this might have been $5 or $6, like around $5 something, $5 and some change, maybe. But it's sold out now, so I can't see the price. But if I'm wrong, I'll flash whatever the actual price is up on the screen. So I thought this one looked really cute, and I am happy to see that it actually does have the spiral binding. The cover is pretty thick. The paper is not thick at all. Thin paper, very much so like the first one we checked out. I think it's like the same kind of paper. But the images are cute. What is it? It has 30 images. This one's not bad. It doesn't look like it's poorly printed or anything like that first one. This one's, it's actually cute. I'm not mad at this one. So we'll put this one. Oh, I really like this image. This is really pretty. So I will put this one on the good list. We'll put this in the good pile. right, so this one we're going to take a look at next is simply called Fashion Coloring Book, and this one says A4, 25 pages. This was $8.98. And this description says, one piece fashion themed coloring book, adult soothing, stress filling book, Halloween, Christmas, holiday, party, gift, upgraded. A4 paper with 25 thick pages, topped flat glue. And this is sold by, let's see, Coloring Books. And they have a 4.6 star rating, and they've sold 43K items sold, and they have a pretty big following. Okay, so $8.98 for this very thin pamphlet, I want to call it. I think this might be a little bit expensive, but we haven't looked at the pages yet. Oops. I do like the ones that flip up on the top. I do like when they're glued up on the top, so that's nice. We do like that. The paper, again, is very thin, almost like, pretty much like copy paper, I would liken it to. These images are cute. I do like the images, and I do like that they're nice and long images. And there doesn't appear to be any printing errors in this one, or poorly printed ink splatters or anything like that. There's some different stuff in here. That's kind of cool. Like this looks like something you'd see maybe in like a Coco Wyo type of book or something. I'm really curious where they got these images, where they get these images from. I've been getting lots of ads on Facebook for white labeled AI images, where they sell you like a pack of images like this, and where you can make your own coloring book, use them to make your own coloring book, which again, I find very interesting. Seems like a little strange you'd be selling AI images to people where you don't really necessarily have a right to sell. Well, I guess you do have a right to sell them, but you can just basically take them if you wanted to, really. How I think, I'm not a lawyer, but the law on these things is kind of fuzzy. These are actually not lined up properly. Looks like they cut them. Like you can see the line where they were supposed to probably cut them. It's uneven, and they cut off some of this image. So I don't know. Really don't know. I'm always kind of ping-ponging back and forth on the issue of AI images. I will put down below, there's some really good videos I've watched that talk about it a little bit more in depth, and you guys might like to check them out if you're interested in the subject. So that one wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. The first one is the worst so far, but for $9, I don't think it's worth $9. All right, next up, let's take a look at this one. Post Couture Creations, Intricate Adult Coloring Book. This one looks like, oh, it comes from the same place as the first one. Uh-oh. Let's see what the price is for this one. Okay, so this one was $7.48. And this description says, original upgraded version, thickened paper with 22 pages, a high-end fashion creative coloring book, a gift for festivals and birthdays. And this is being sold by My Coloring Book. And they have 4.8 star ratings and 2.3K sold. And this is the same size as the first book we saw. So 7 by 9, 7.9 by 7.9. So small. Take a look. More of the same type of images. Oh, they have some men's fashion in here. Some men. This one actually looks a little bit better than the first one. No bad printing, smudges. So far so good. This one's all right, I guess, but I think $7.48 is too much money for this, especially the paper. I think I would stay away from these smaller ones in particular. So definitely make sure you check the measurements. These smaller ones, they seem a little bit expensive for such a small book. Were these? I didn't even notice. But at least these are single-sided. One more. We just have one more left. This one. Oh, you know what? I think a lot of these are these all made by the same place? Company YH Consulting Limited. Yeah, all of these are made by the same company. Except for, I think except for the two that I purchased myself. I think the two spiral bounded ones are the only ones that aren't made by this, whatever this company is. Even though they are being sold by a variety of sellers. I think where a lot of these kind of get you is because the cover art looks really pretty, so that kind of like draws you in. This is a little bit dented. Just the same picture on the back. And it says fashion show coloring book. This description, let's see. One piece fashion show themed coloring book, holiday, birthday, party, gifts, school supplies, back to school notebook, librettas, notebooks for school, notebooks, aesthetic, school supplies, school book, original upgraded paper, thickened 22 pages. This was $5.68. That sounds a little bit more reasonable. I think these are at most best worth about $5 in my opinion. This one is being sold by Thinking Books. They have 4.7 star rating, 41K sold. And this one says it's 9.8 inches, 9.84 inches by 6.7 inches. So bigger than these little square ones, but not by too much. It's still small. Again, with the same thin paper. Single-sided. At least we got that going for us. Kind of like more of this same type of stuff. Maybe some of these are even duplicate images that we saw already in some other of the books. I don't even remember because these all kind of look like the same stuff to me. Oh, look at this. X-rated, but not even. So let me know what you guys think about these coloring books. Have you purchased any coloring books from Temu? I have seen some of these coloring books pop up on AliExpress as well. They do seem like they're cut, like, not straight. Okay, so I think the ones on the A4 that advertises A4 are not too bad. depending on the price that particular seller is selling them for. I personally want to spend more than $5 each maybe on these. Anything over that I think is too much, especially for the quality of them. You can get much better quality elsewhere. Since this is a sponsored video, I can't really talk about other places you can get stuff, but you guys know where you can get better quality than this. Me personally, I could probably make these myself. There's tons of programs you can do this yourself from home and make your own coloring stuff, really. So the only ones I would actually recommend picking up, if you're so inclined, would be the ones that are spiral bound. Those I think are worth it, especially this one, because I think it was pretty, it was like $5 or $6. Like I said, I don't really remember. And I do like the images these are pretty good images in here, I think, even though the paper is thin on this one. And this is probably the best one. I think this was the most expensive one. This store, they only actually have one review, and they've only sold 37 items, and they only have 2 things in their store, this book and another coloring book. I would follow these guys. If you want to follow them, maybe they'll come out with more. This is the VKYE. I will put a direct link to the store down below, as well as just the regular links to all the products. So I think this is really the only one that I would truly recommend out of this whole pile of stuff. And I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you guys next time.